Thank you. Today we're going to discuss about careers, and today I want to help you understand how can you be able to select career, because this is a question that has in most cases come to me through youth mentorship programs, that how do I choose my career? And I'll just explain and elaborate, just as I've explained to many youths, especially those who are coming from high school, choosing their career, going to colleges and universities. And I believe that by this you're going to be inspired and to be able to understand how can I be able to choose my career. Because if you are not sure on how or what you should do as a career, you may end up wasting 5 years, 10 years, or 4 years in university, only to realize, let alone, I don't have a passion into this. What I choose, I don't like it. So it's very important to be able to understand what career should I do. And I'm going to give you 5 P's that you can use to be able to determine which career choice can I be able to take, or how can I be able to select my careers, because that is very important, because career is all about your life and your destiny. Yeah? So if you're wrong in the wrong career, you'll be waking up every day and you're bored to get into that office again, to get into that job again, to get into that business again, because it's not in you. There's no passion in you for that. So I believe by the end of this mentorship program, you should be able to understand how can I be able to select my career. And let me go to the first P. The first P stands for prayer. First P stands for prayer. Prayer. What does prayer mean? Prayer means that for you to exist, you have a creator. And our creator is God. And our God has a purpose for everything he created. God is not a time waster. So he couldn't have just created you to waste time. No, not that he lacked something else to create you. No, he had a purpose for you. He had a problem for you to solve. So how can you be able to know that purpose? It is through seeking him in prayer and telling God, because you created me, what did you create me for? A good example is a product, any blood of anything that we see, or anything that we use in our houses every day. And you realize that especially the electronic gadgets, when they are coming, when you are buying them, we buy them and they have manuals in them. Why? Because when the manufacturer of that product was manufacturing that product, he had something in mind. Yeah, and he knew the purpose of this thing. Yeah, for example, what I'm using right now to shoot is a video camera, for example. And this video, there's a person or a company that worked on coming out with this product. And when purchasing it, came with a manual. The manual helps me understand what can I do with this camera. I believe that also you have a phone, whichever brand it is, but it came with a manual. The manual helps you to understand the purpose of that phone. At times you may stay with a phone for only to realize there's something else you don't do with it, but because you have not led the manual to understand, you don't use it in that way. But the manual now helps you to understand that this is how this machine or this product should operate. Yeah. So even when it malfunctions, you go back to the manual and look at the manual and see what has happened. Why is it not functioning as it used to? So you are leading the mind of the manufacturer of that product. So when you get to the manual, the same way with you. You have a manufacturer who is God. And your manufacturer have a purpose for you. So you can only be able to understand about your purpose through your manufacturer. What does that tell you? That if you don't know your purpose and you go to the manufacturer who is God, he is going to explain to you what you're created for. When you don't know the purpose of a product or a machine or a gadget, in most cases, what happens is abuse. When you don't know the purpose. So what happens is abuse. So the same way, when you don't know yourself, you don't know your purpose. So what happens? You abuse yourself. For example, you get into teaching career and you have no passion. So even you mistreat the children there because you have no passion for teaching. Yeah, you've been called as a pastor and a minister, but you are in the banking halls, or you've gone to be a doctor. Yeah, you have no call for that, so you not serve as with all passion. As a doctor, you'll be feeling tired even when you are treating. Other doctors are passionate about that, but for you, because that's not your purpose, you don't have excitement and you are not motivated. But when you go to God in prayer, God, your manufacturer, He gives you direction and tells you, I created you for this. That's what God told Jeremiah in Jeremiah chapter number 1. If you read off of verse 1 all through to verse number 8, it also says that I knew you before your formed your mother's womb, and I ordained you as a prophet to the nations. So Jeremiah would not have served any other purpose apart from prophecy and prophesying to the nations, because that is what God created him for. If he tried to be a doctor, he wouldn't have succeeded. If he tried to be a teacher, he wouldn't have succeeded. He was a prophet. And as a prophet, he faced so much opposition. But because he had the grace of the call and the grace of the purpose, he was able to overcome. So what helps you to overcome in your career is when you know that this is the passion I got, this is the desire of God, this is the purpose of God upon my life, and because of that, you cannot delay it. Number 2, P. The second P stands for passion. Passion. Great achievements are realized by people who have passion. So, do you have a passion for something? What is that you have a passion for? Some have passion for music. And it means that when you have a passion for something, you can do it when you are not being paid for it. So you do it because you are motivated to do that. And that's how many entrepreneurs have begun great companies. I believe you have heard the story of the Facebook entrepreneur, that is Mark Zuckerberg. How he started Facebook. It started like passion in university, and because of that, he has become one of the multi-billionaire persons in the world. Great achievement, connect people all over the nations. Why? Because of passion. So what you're doing, do you have a passion for it? Do you have a passion for teaching? Maybe you like seeing people sitting down and speaking to them. That's a passion. Or you like knitting sweaters. That's the passion that you have. You can begin a career from that. Something that you have a strong desire about. That's what I'm talking about, passion. Because that also can help you now know this is what I was created for. What you have a passion for, you don't struggle to do. Yeah, it keeps you alert, it keeps you awake, you don't even sleep, you're still thinking. Yeah, like for the many who are called to be pastors, and you have a call to be a pastor, you always dream in the night preaching to people. Yeah, like me, when God was calling me, and I had a passion for pastoral ministry. When I was still a young person in primary school, I would preach to the coffee bushes. Nobody's hearing, but I'll be sent to the shop and I'll go preaching along the way to the shop and back, and nobody is hearing. But because of the passion, I would do it. Why? Because that's something that was stirring in my heart. I desired to speak. The same way, there's something that is in you that comes so easily without struggle. That is passion. And passion now can help you and can drive you to become a great person in your area of career and your area of purpose. Remember the story of Moses. Before Moses God sent him back to Egypt to set free the children of Israel. Remember that there's a time that he met an Egyptian fighting an Israelite. And because he had a passion in him to see the Israelites free, what happened? He beat this Egyptian and killed this Egyptian. Egyptian and buried the Egyptian because he had a passion for us to see them free. Unfortunately, he was doing it calmly. But God saw this person have a passion. So this is the right person to set free my people. Why? Because he had a passion. So passion can help you also realize your career and also help you understand what is my career. Yeah, what is my career? Number 3, P number 3. That P stands for potential. Potential. What is in you is a gift. When you're talking about potential, you're talking about a talent or a gift. Maybe you have a specific gift. Yeah, when you used to sing in Sunday school, the Sunday school teacher would tell you, oh, you've got a great voice. Because there's a gift of music in you. Yeah, so you can be able to identify and relate your career to your giftings. That gift that has been put in you by God is to fulfill that purpose that God put in you. Some of you are good talkers. You're always talking in your apartments. Talking when you go to get together, everybody is listening to you when you go to home gatherings. Because you're talking. It might be a gift in a way, and you think it's a weakness. It's not a weakness, it might be a strength in a way. Yeah, others, it is a way that even when when you're in primary school or secondary school, whenever there was an argument, you'd come in and try to settle those arguments or cases. Maybe it's a gift. Yeah, a gift that can lead you to have a career in law because you want to see justice. Yeah, but for you thought it's just normal. It's not normal. It's not obvious. It is a gift that God has put in you. And when you actualize that gift, now you can be able now to align it to your purpose and to your career. And it is so enjoyable to do something that you have you have a potential, because when you have the giftings and talents, it becomes so easy to do what you are created to do. And mind you, most of the athletes, footballers, most of the musicians, most of the comedians are earning so much further than even the presidents of countries. And what are they doing is just their passions and also their giftings. They have just sharpened and nurtured that gifting, because a gift just needs to be worked on. Yeah, you just work on that gift step by step. You work on that gift day by day, because you understand that as you work on that gift, you sharpen the skills of that gift. Yeah, for you to become a great singer, you have to do a lot of practice on that gift. Practice until you perfect. Yeah, we used to say that practice makes perfect. So when you practice. A great footballer, yeah, is always on the field, perfecting and nurturing that gift to perfection. So the first thing is to realize, what is my potential? What are my talents? What are my giftings? And then nurture that, work on that day and night, work on that. Very soon, that talent and gifting shall start making money for you. Yeah, they say that look for something that you have a talent on, a gift on, that you can do freely, and then look for people to pay for that. And that's how people make a living. But don't just take a career because you want to make a living. You want to pay bills. You want to pay house rent, you want to pay electricity bill and water bills. That is not what God intended of you. God wants you to enjoy your life as you fulfill your purpose, not paying bills and all that. He wants you to fulfill a purpose that He has called you for, because there is a purpose that God has called you for, and He has put those potentials. That's speaking ability, that singing ability, that footballing ability, that creativity that He has put in you. It has a reason. It has a reason, and it can help you. It can help you understand what is your career. So be able to understand that. Number 4P. The fourth P stands for problems. Amen. Problems. Yeah, at times there are those things, the problems that you see, and immediately they awaken your spirit. When you see injustices, you feel bad, your heart aches. When you hear people singing music, singing badly, you feel bad as well. Who are you? Yeah, if there are those problems that you identify and feel bad about, that also can be a sign towards your career. Maybe you have a solution to that problem. So problems can also be an awakening call to help you understand what's your career. What is that you see and you feel bad when it's done in the long way? Even there may be cleaning. Yeah, you go into the house and you get to a certain house, you can note the corners are not well kept, well cleaned. Maybe God wants you to start a cleaning company. Yeah, because then that's why you have eyes. Others can't see. Others think everything is done well. Or maybe it's an interior. You get into a house and you look at that interior design and everybody is saying it is wow, but you feel no, they would have done better. You see, so it shows that there is something in you that awaits when a problem is noted. Work on that line. Start becoming a solution on that line, because it's a potential, or it is a sign. Yeah, it's a sign that you are a problem solver on that area. Yeah, you can solve problems on that area. Or you go to a facility, a hospital facility, and you see how nurses are handling people, and you feel bad. If I was a nurse, I could do it better. Maybe you have a calling as a nurse. Yeah, or the doctor, or the heart doctor, or even the receptionist. The receptionist is handling clients, and you feel bad. Maybe you have been called as a customer care person or customer care attendant. Yeah. So look at what is that stirs your heart. What problems do you see in the world? Yeah. And they hit your heart. Amen. A person like Martin Luther King in America wanted to see freedom, wanted to see justice, and so he fought for that. He might not have been wealthy like so many other people, but because of what he fought for, he's remembered today. What he fought for, justice, he's remembered today, because that is what the problem he wanted to solve in the community at that time. And that is the problem he was seeing in the community. Nelson Mandela wanted to see the freedom, in South Africa, that Africans are treated equally with other races, and because of that he fought for that, and he's respected internationally for that. What is that problem that you see and you feel, this one I can fight it for? I can fight for this. I can teach better. I can be a better musician. I can be a better artist. I can be a better comedian. I can be a better speaker, motivational speaker. I can be a better inspirational speaker. I can be a better pastor. You see a pastor preaching and your heart starts thumping. Shows that there's that thing awakening your heart and telling you can become better. So work on that. Look for it and see what is that problem that awakens my heart, and work on it. Number 5P. Number 5P stands for parental advice. Parental advice. And when I'm talking about parental advice, I'm talking about mentorship. Mentorship may mean your mom, your daddy, or teachers in your school, or maybe friends that are senior than you, or you take them as guardians. And there is a way they identify a certain skill in you, a certain talent in you, and they give you advice according to that. Many years back when I finished high school and I went to visit one of my relatives, I remember the husband to my sister used to tell me that you can become a great speaker, you can become a great minister. And for me, at that time I was still young, so I wouldn't work on on it. But you'd see that was my passion. Tell me, go back to school, do Bible school, go back and do theology, because I can see that. And in a certain point later on, it is starting to give me a sign towards the same. So the people that sees what you have, maybe you might not be seeing yourself. And someone just come and tell you sing a song, you present a song in a Sunday service or in a certain congregation, they tell you can make a great singer. But for you, because of self-esteem, you feel, no, I can't. But they might be pointers towards a certain gifting and talent or career that you can pursue. When people tell you, you can become a better lawyer, you can become a better judge, you can become a better doctor, you're passionate. Or you can become a better salonist because you are always taking the people from apartment and making their hair for free. Making the hair for free. So your friends are telling you, you should start a salon. You should start a salon because you can do good at that. Those might be pointers also towards your career. So look at those 5 P's and ask yourself, do I use all of them, or which ones are coming close to my life that can help me point out my career? And I believe as you do that, prayerfully, because the first P is prayerfully, God shall direct you. You should not make a mistake. Don't make a mistake of taking a career for 5-10 years, let alone just realize that is not what you're created for. No, do what you're created for. Do that and do it passionately. And God shall bless you. God bless you for watching this clip again. Subscribe to our channel, like it, comment.